The Pairc Peninsula on the island of Lewis, now a community-owned estate with a population of 400, was at the end of the 19th century home to well over 1,500 people struggling to live off the land and the sea. The Ravenspoint Centre is housed in what was the old Kirchester village school and is home to Cominiachtrina Pairc's collections, telling the story of the people of Pairc through the generations. Amongst those is one Angus Macmillan, a soldier and a preacher who became known as the Hero of Buzancy. Angus was born here in the village of Lemreway in 1886. His parents Kenneth and Margaret rented the Glasgow and West Coast Mission House, which stood here on the shore of Loch Shell, next to the current church building and what was the village school. Perhaps Angus's interest in learning and his spirit of adventure was nurtured here, looking out across the harbour full of boats and the jewel-like Shant Islands and the mainland beyond. His mother's brother, Donald McKeever, was the school's first headmaster and gifted with words, composing the classic Gaelic song In Nacharach Gard. Angus left home in 1904 without the knowledge of his parents to enlist in the army. The family had by then moved to 23 Out End in the village, and after that lived here on Croft 23. Their house would have stood behind or to the side of this derelict building. Although Angus always maintained his connection with Lemreway and with Lewis, his sights were now firmly set on more distant horizons, joining the 2nd Battalion Seaforth Highlanders as a private. In 1911, he attained the rank of sergeant and set his face to leave the army and to study for the ministry. World events intervened, and the outbreak of the First World War saw him returning to the army and gaining rank and recognition with the Seaforths. The medal collection on display in the museum testifies to his status as the most decorated Lewisman in the Great War. He received honours from both the British and French authorities. Two of the most distinctive of these relate to the events in Buzancy in July 1918. For his role in this battle, Angus was awarded the French Légion d'honneur Chevalier and the Croix de Guerre. Serving as a Scottish division of the 10th French Army, they were involved in a bitter battle on the slopes and in the narrow streets of the village against the German army. Highly decorated as he was, it is his diaries written in the trenches and subsequent writings based on them which offer a more intimate insight into the war. Here, the practical, organisation, and often mundane aspects of war are mixed with harrowing detail. On leaving the army, Angus entered the ministry and served in a number of Gaelic-speaking congregations in the Church of Scotland. He remained a soldier at heart, but was judged too old to return to active service when World War II broke out. He died in 1961.